Okay, welcome to 45 Degrees Sailing YouTube channel again. Thanks for stopping by and watching the videos. Appreciate all the feedback on the last reviews we did, so I want to bring you more of those. Remember to subscribe now and like the videos if you do. Really enjoying the comments, so please keep commenting on the videos. I'm going to try and make these better and better as we go on. Alright, welcome aboard Harmony. This is a 2017 Hanse 505. This is the owner's cabin version, so downstairs it has owner's cabin, master cabin in the bow. It has two double cabins aft, and then it has one set of bunk cabins on the port side. Okay, so down the back here we've got this back transom platform, fold down platform is really nice on this boat. I like it, and it's got the hydraulic assist to help it out when you lower it and raise it, which we'll do in a moment. Up in here, big, easily accessible storage platforms here. There's no gas lift on these, there's no gas strut on these, so you have to hold them up or probably use a bungee to tie it back, but at the moment we haven't got. Downstairs they've got a Panda generator and a very large storage area with the swim ladder and everything like that. Nice, easy access to that. Good room for extra dive equipment or however. The shower nozzle comes nice and easy out the back here, that's all good. And the main gas bottle storage is in there, very easily accessible as well from the helm. Okay, we really like the aft transom on this. It is a big area to fold down and swim off, and the ladder hooks in right here. It's got good handholds up and over. Now getting this up and down on some of the smaller models can be a bit of a pain because it's very heavy. This has got a gas lift on it, so now it comes up super easy. They've also installed these seats for the skipper. Personally, I think they're stupid. So you can sit down while you're helming. But if I was building one of these, I would opt for having them removed, because this one has been flopping around a little bit and it doesn't stay in one place. And this is a weird position to sail a yacht in. I'd much rather sit on the side like this where you can see right down the beam and see where you're going. So no on these, I don't like them, but maybe someone else does. On the other side here, we've got another one. This has got a gas lift strut on it, so I'm not sure why the other side doesn't, but might just be a choice. The other one was a lot heavier than this though. And then we have a hatch, nice sealed hatch here. Now access is the same area as the other hatch over there, but it's sealed down. Alright, at the helm station here, really enjoyed helming this boat. She's got a draft of 2.7 meters. Okay, just a note on the draft. When bringing up the specification sheets in order to do the overlays for the vlog, for the review, I noticed that the draft here is listed as 2.38 meters for the deep T keel, whereas information I've been given from different people said that, oh, the draft's 2.7 meters, probably just because that's what's written on the helm stations of the yacht, so that people don't go into super shallow water. So as per the specifications, like you can see here, it's 2.38 meters, but what I was saying about the rudder being almost as deep as the keel is true. So 2.38 meters for the keel, and then the rudder would be up at about 2.28. It is very deep based on the depth of the keel, so you get that really good response out of it. All right, back to the review. So a lot of rudder, a lot of power in the helm, which is, it's really nice. We had this out in about, we had about 22 knots the other day, and we were sailing on a broad reach, getting to speeds of around about 9.5 to 10 knots easily. We even had a first timer on the helm, and she managed, had a very good feel for it. She could steer it very easily, it corrected nice, the boat felt quick, and it felt really solid under sail. We were in 22 knots of wind, full main, full jib, felt really good, really easy to sail. Down here we've got the B&G twin display, which I really like. I often have my wind instruments up on this side, and then on this side we have our data or our map, and I've been really impressed with how easy it is to operate all of this stuff. Touch screen, pinch to zoom, everything really nice. and I had no problems with that stuff at all. Bow thruster. The bow thruster is a drop down bow thruster, quick again. So we hold. We didn't use this a lot, but when we were leaving port, it was gusting about 28 knots here, and it was right off the port beam. So we used the thruster. It was very effective to just push our bow over so we could drive out nice and smooth. So here's our thrusting at the moment. Let's have a look at the boat when we thrust here. That's pretty good, and yeah, we definitely got really good response from that when we used it on the weekend. Really good flow of water. So really happy with the bow thrusters. There's no alarms on this, but what a feature I really like, because we all every now and then forget to put our bow thruster up, after this is idle for 3 minutes, it brings itself up, which stops you from driving around with your bow thrusters down at 10 knots. Starboard side of the thing, one main halyard winch here on an electric drum. All controls on the 505 come back to the helm station, which is really nice. From really getting out and trying to sail the boat point of view, I would opt for the extra tracks so that I could sheet my jib sheets back to here. This particular model doesn't have them, but it's very easy to add them. Port side, we've got halyards, jib halyard, reefing, main sheet, out haul, all really easily put onto this main winch here. And the other side also has the main sheet on it, so it's a continuous main sheet, jib sheet, so single jib sheet for the self-tacker on the bow, main sheet here, main halyard. Now this was slipping quite bad when we sailed. I think I have a shot of it here. This was slipping really bad, and I think it was just because the line was a little bit thinned and used, and it's got a very large clutch. I talked to Croatia Yachting about it. They have since shortened the halyard up, got good rope through there, and now that's holding really solid, which is great. So can't wait to get it out in a good breeze and test it again. This model doesn't have a hatch to bury all of the lines in. Doesn't really bother me from a charter perspective. It is nice to have that hatch or that little cupboard to put that stuff away, but I don't like compromising on the storage from these main hatches either, so that was absolutely fine for me. And I like to put my lines up here ready to go. I find when we pile them all down into those compartments, they get tangled a lot easier. So I think I don't mind that at all. It's just something to note that this model, if you like having it all packed away, this model doesn't do that. Doesn't have those compartments to store away your lines in. Okay, we looked at the table before. Really nice split design here. In here, good storage compartment in here, insulated in there, and we also have a light which comes out onto this point, which you can plug in for at night. They've really upgraded this light. They used to have a light with a little shade on it and you couldn't store it anywhere. It was a horrible thing. The new light that plugs into here is much nicer. Nice little touch. Cup holders. Little cup holder on either side. I am 6'1.5". Now this is a really high dodger and I like it because a lot of dodgers are in between being low and being high, and from the helm you look right through this section. But here at my height I can sit under here quite happily without hitting my head and not having to stoop. There's a lot of room in here, and the view from the helm at my eye level, you can see where you're going, you can see through the Dodger really good, and that also folds flush nicely. It doesn't have the combing that some like the 470 has that will fold away the Dodger so that it zips away, but it sits pretty flat and you can tie it up nicely to keep it out of the way. Then the vision on the boat is amazing, absolutely amazing. Moving forward, Harmony has a really nice little touch. These boat hooks, we've got 2 wooden boat hooks and they clip into this position on either side of the cabin sole, which I really like that. Up to the bow, see from this shot, the top deck space is really nice. Nice clean lines, really flat. Hanses, they do have that very high freeboard and you get a lot of windage on it. I found with this boat it had enough weight and anchor displacement's about 18.6 tons, had enough weight to follow that line in. When we came into the marina, we reversed in around here, and we had a nice big parking space which helped, but we came through at about 1.5 knots in reverse, no power on, and really easy to just bring her in. Lots of rudder, lots of steerage, tracked in really nice. Anchor capstan up front. I did notice this on the bow here, which needs to be repaired. This pin at the top here, if that locking pin is not placed in properly and someone overdrives the anchor upwards, it's going to jam into that position. So I would personally just keep it out unless I'm locking it in for some good sailing, but if it's left in there it can jam into that place. Really like these steps on the front for jumping off and just for checking your anchor. Skipper's cabin on the 505. This version has a double bunk setup. Let's get down in here. For the skipper and the crew. What else is going on in here? Got a little sink hidden under here. This folds up like so. That one is set in place, so we're not moving those, but a nice little sink section. Obviously that can fold up there. Under here for your plumbing. And the bow thruster batteries in there. This model doesn't have a head up here, which is absolutely fine. And then access here to your bow thruster, which is so much nicer. So much nicer to just be able to get in there and work it, especially if you've got to do it in any sort of weather or sea. That's really nice. And there's our access to the anchor locker. Anchor chain has gone up and down, piece of cake 5 times, never jams, never grabs, never piles up too much. Obviously you cannot access that from the top, so you would hope it would work like that, but it does. Really nice. So skippers, that's what you're in for. Comfortable, not bad. Let's lie down on you and see what it's like. That's 6 foot 1.5. It's not a huge space, but I could fit in here. I wouldn't want to be in here in a lot of heat, but I can fit in here. Bottom bunk, definitely a little bit more comfortable, a lot more room. Oh, I think I'll probably put my head at this end though. Now Harmony has a full slab reefing mainsail, and it's quite high to get up here, but the mast steps work really well. If you get up there and grab your halyard, that was all very easy, and the sail bag is clipped away and there's no tears in it, which is a really nice design feature. And we definitely put this to the test, going upwind in about 20 knots. I did find that the leech of the sail was very much giving a bit of a wobble, and it got quite noisy at some point. I tried a few different things like adjusting the halyard tension and sheeting on a little bit harder, but I think we need to adjust on the clue. Very hard to get these self-tacking jibs set beautifully, but she was moving. It wasn't an issue at all. So all electric start here now, and there's an isolator switch downstairs so that you can turn that battery switch off so that no one can start the boat when you're not on it if it's locked up. So we turn on that, the cooling immediately starts. It beeps at us when it's ready to start. Push button, piece of cake. And hydraulic winch winder for the backstay, much better positioned because winching from here is a whole lot easier. When we cranked up some tension on that on the weekend, it was perfect. Really nice boat at the moment. We have got currently 23.4 knots of true wind. We're running it right on the beam at the moment, full main, full jib, and she's feeling really good. Current boat speed 8-9 knots. We've been up to 10.1 when we surfed down the wave. So let's have a look. She's looking really good. Okay, into the aft cabins. So the aft cabins in this boat are really nice. It's one of the reasons I'm drawn to this model. Really a lot of space in here, as you can see, laying out all over the show, different positions, whether you choose to have your head up this end or the head up this end, it's really easy to move around in. And this sitting space has a lot of headroom, which is not that common. We have one hatch here with the down blind as well. That's really nice, good, solid latches on that. And then the outside porthole, another flow hatch here, and then your main hatch up top. And as I've done in my other videos, there's really good turnaround, getting change space in this cabin, and that's what we really like about it. Even this spot here is still quite high. There's a lot of room here, especially if you sit down. You could have 2 people in here, and really good cupboard space, great storage throughout the whole cabin. And of course we have red light on both of the lamps, which is really good. And finally, the model has power outlets in here, which is perfect. Okay, that was the aft starboard cabin. This is the aft port cabin, which is very similar, except this one has a little cubby shelf system here, same power and storage up here, and the cupboard is on the opposite side. And I really like the lighting in the cupboards, just automatically on and off. That's great. This cabin is slightly smaller because of course this is the area here that's taken up by the Bunk's cabin, which we'll go and have a look at now. Good thing to note, all of the lights in the aft and forward cabins, these ones here are touch lights, okay? Well, they're press lights, so if you're looking for how to get those going. This is a cool bunk cabin. Again, we've got the reading lamps here in both white light and red light, and the same one under there with, can't see anything. Same one under there with the power up in that corner, and cupboard down the bottom here, and the main cupboard here. No lighting in those ones, but that's not too much of a problem. There's also a small cupboard and seat there. So I did actually lie down in there. Okay, I'll do it again. This is a good test because I'm 100 kilos. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I do fit. I could sleep here. I wouldn't want to do it in the summer, in the midsummer, though this boat does have air conditioning. That's the 100 kilo test. Alright, obviously the star of the show as far as cabins go is this huge master owner's cabin in the bow here. As you can see, there is a lot of space in here. You can walk completely around both sides of the bed, right up to the head of it. And it's got all of these lovely storage options all through it, and the underbed storage is incredible. That's just an amazing spot to, of course, put away whatever it is you need to have in there. Obviously in the charter business, they've chosen to put a life jackets in there. Perfect. Again, lighting in the cupboards, power outlets for 240 volt are up by the head, and the shower. Okay, the shower also steals the show. This is a huge, absolutely huge shower. Like this is full stretch in here. This place is ginormous, and of course, I've said it before, I'm 6'1" and I'm standing. I could be that much taller and still be underneath the rows. Automatic draining on the pump, so you don't have to push a button or anything like that. It just kicks in automatically once you're out. Toilet's really nice as well, so they split the shower and the toilet in the owner's cabin, so they're separated, and that's got a lot of space in it too. Really nice. As I believe on the 4 cabin version of this, 4 double cabins, they have split this obviously into 2 cabins in the bow, and you have an ensuite shower head on either side, which is our preferred model. Oh, something I missed out here. Nice little touch. We've got the mirror in here with these little pull down coat hooks. Just a nice touch. Nice touch, Hanse. So downstairs in the saloon, really roomy. We love this layout with the saloon table on the starboard side like this. A lot of space in the boat, and the chart table is still a proper chart table and navigation center over here, which is missing in some of the models like the 455. Just has that small chart table tucked away on the port side next to the couch with a fold-away seat. This I like much better. For me, that does a lot of work downstairs during a sail, and you can actually lock into this position and work or chart navigation. I like that much better. Also, with the long galley on this boat, we much prefer this long galley down the port side. A lot of them are turning into hook galleys or little coves, which work fine. It's just this is our preference. You've got a lot more bench space, and we love the use of these big windows here to create a lot more open feel when you're in the galley, and you get a view out as well. So a lot of natural light in. The extractor fan here, good thing to note, we asked about this. This does not pump outside. Okay, this is an extractor filter. So it takes your steam or smoke or whatever it is up, it filters it in here, and then pumps it back out into the boat. It's not an actual extraction fan. Still a really good feature. We did test it out, and it runs 3 settings, and it's got a light. So this is good. The way they've done the storage on this Hanse 505 is really nice. So we've got these 2 big deep drawers here. They go a long way in, but they don't go the full distance back. We have this one here, which slides in so that you can reach more like a pantry sort of style. That's really nice. Over the back here, a couple of drop-in boxes for cleaning supplies. That's a nice little touch. And this has a pull-down blind. Very easy to use. You've got your normal storage into the drawers, things like that. I like the way they've designed the trash with bins to drop in here. That's really nice. And the rest of it's basically self-explanatory. Fold back top for the galley stove, gives you extra bench space, and of course the sink cover-ins for cutting on, pretty standard on a Hanse now. The lighting system is really nice in here. I thought it was a bit gimmicky at first with the whole touch screen panel and all of the extra mood lightings, but it makes a really nice feel inside the boat. Not just at night, but in the day. When it's a duller day like today, you create a lot more light inside from the bottom down lights and the mood lighting up top. So I'm actually a big fan of that now. This version's got only 2 heads on it because it has the bunks on the port side, and this aft starboard cabin has then the single head and shower combo next to it. So we'll go in there and have a look at that. We don't see any place to hang the shower rose up though. There's not a hook to pull the shower rose into. So as much as you can do it handheld, it's handheld. There's no lock-in for the shower rose. Okay, let's head outside for some final words. Really easy, nice access out of this companionway. Really enjoy it. Final words on the 2017 Hanse 505 owners version. We have really enjoyed sailing this boat. We have really enjoyed chartering this boat. It is always presented in a very good fashion from Croatia Yachting, and it performs excellently. Overall, we really like the boat. Hanse 505 gets an absolute thumbs up from us, and we're looking forward to seeing more of this new Hanse range. Stay tuned for more episodes coming up. We're going to be reviewing the new Hanse 548 and hopefully one of the 570s or 580s. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Please, really like everyone's comments below. Tell me what you thought. And if you have any questions about the boat, get in touch with us. Remember to subscribe. See you next time.